Hi students, we are discussing models. In our previous volume, we have discussed the definition of model, kinds of models and kinds of mood. We are revising it now. Models are the verb forms which show mood of the speaker. This is the definition of models. There are three kinds of mood: indicative mood, subjunctive mood and imperative mood. Indicative mood shows facts, subjunctive mood shows imagination, and last one, imperative mood shows advice, order, request, etc. So the definition of modals is: modals are the verb forms which show mood of the speaker. And there are three kinds of mood: indicative, subjunctive and imperative. In our previous volume, we have also discussed the uses of can. First use is to show ability or capacity in present time. Second, informal permission. Third, possibility in negative and interrogative sentences. And last one, to ask a question of possibility. So there are four uses of can and uses of may. First one, to express wish, blessing or curse. Second, formal permission. Third one, possibility in affirmative sentences. And last one, purpose in present time. So all these things or aspects have been discussed in our previous volume. Now we are going to discuss the remaining models. Uses of could. Could is the past of can. To express ability or capacity of past. In this context, it is the past equivalent of can. Means this is the past form of can. For example, when he was young, he could swim across the river. In this sentence, when he was young, this clause shows that the incident was of past. Was indicates towards the past tense, and to swim across the river. This is the activity for which we require capacity or ability. So we use here could. Next one, my uncle could run very fast in his college days. In this sentence, in his college days shows that the action is of past time. And to run very fast, this is the activity which require ability or capacity. So here we use could. Radha could defeat any wrestler when she was young. In this sentence, when she was gives the reference of past time, and to defeat any wrestler, for that we require ability. So we use here could. Next use, to express less polite and more hesitant version of can. Generally this is used in spoken. For example, I can solve this question because I have solved it many times. In this sentence, the sense is positive and the person who is speaking is confident enough to do this. So I can solve this question because I have solved it many times. What is the reason of solving this question? Because this question has been solved many times by the speaker. But see in the next one, I could solve this question though I haven't done so. There it shows that the person is less confident and the statement is less positive, and the person is very hesitant to do this activity because he has not done it so far. So I could solve this question though I haven't done so. In this sentence, the hesitation and less positive approach is shown. Next one, I could attend the party although my parents don't allow this. In this sentence, we can see that the speaker's parents do not allow to attend any party. That's why there is a little chance to attend the party of the speaker. So we use here could because it shows less positive statement and hesitant approach. Next use, to express most polite request. This is very simple use. If we see please in the end of the sentence, we have to use could. If could is not in option, in that condition we have to use might. Could you help me please? In the sentence in the end there is please, so we have to use could in the starting to ask a question. Could you pass me salt please? There is please, and please shows that the expression is most polite. So to express most polite request, we use could modal. And how do we know that this one is the most polite request or not? The very simple method is to identify it. There should be please in the end of this statement. If there is please in the end of this statement, that would be most polite request, because please is used to show politeness. Next one, use of could plus perfect infinitive to express incomplete task that was possible to be finished. Perfect infinitive means have plus third form of verb. For example, you could have accepted the offer means you had the power to accept the offer, but you did not accept that. You were able to do that, but you did not do that. In other means, we can say, why didn't you accept the offer? It may be a kind of reproach. She could have written to me, but she didn't write to me. Means she was able to write to me, but she did not do that task. These activities shows expressions which were incomplete, although the speaker was able to do that, and the task could be performed because she or he had the power to do that. So such kind of sentences shows that the person or speaker or doer was able to do something in past time, but because of some reasons he did not perform that task. In such sentences, generally we use could have plus third form, might have plus third form, should have plus third form. But could have plus third form shows that the person or doer was able to do something, but he did not do that. In Hindi, you could have accepted the offer. It means तुम उस ऑफर को स्वीकार कर सकते थे, तुम्हारे पास में वो पावर थी, परंतु तुमने ऐसा नहीं किया. नेक्स्ट, परमिशन इन द पास्ट. When we were in the city hostel, we could go out to play matches. Means the speakers are saying that when they were in the city hospital, they were permitted to go out to play matches. So permission was granted to them and they were able to go out. Generally we see that in hostels it is not allowed to go out to play, but this kind of activity shows that this was exceptional and the warden or SM gave them permission to do this kind of activity. So permission in the past, for that we use could. Uses of might. Might is the past form of may. Last example, we might win lotteries every time. So this is nearly impossible task. We rarely win lotteries, and to win lotteries every time, this is really a very difficult task, or we can say this is very least possibility. First use is to express least or remote possibility. For example, there are few clouds in the sky. It might rain today. There are few clouds in the sky, so it is not likely to rain today, because if we see a few clouds or no cloud in the sky, there are little chance to rain. So we can say that the chances of raining are very less or least, or this one is remote possibility. This is not going to happen, but it may take place. The last train has gone, he might come now. The means of last transportation has gone, and the chances of someone's coming are least, so we use here might. Next use of might is to express most hesitant permission or request or lack of belief or self confidence. For example, might we play in your private garden, please? In this sentence, in the end of the sentence, please has been used, and we can say that to play in someone's private garden, it is the task which rarely happen, because the private owner of that garden will not allow us to do that. So we are hesitant to ask for that activity. That's why we use might here. Next use, purpose of past tense. To show purpose, we use three modals: might in past, may in present, and lest plus should. There are fixed structures of these modals. If there is past tense and so that, we use might. If there is present tense plus so that, we use may. If there is lest, in that condition we use should. That has been discussed earlier. He played carefully so that his team might win the match. So in this sentence we can see that he played carefully because he wanted to win the match. What was the purpose of playing his carefully? The purpose was to win the match. Played shows past tense. There is so that after that, so we have to use here might. If there is past tense plus so that, in that condition we have to use might modal. People follow the rule of social distancing so that they may defeat COVID-19. In this sentence, follow shows present tense, and there is so that after that, so we have to use may here, because may shows the purpose of present time. As past tense of may in indirect speech. My mother blessed me that I might live long. Here, might is the past tense of may. This structure is used when we are transforming sentences from direct to indirect speech. So might is used in indirect speech when we have to change may, and we change may into might while transforming a sentence from direct to indirect sentence. Uses of shall. To express threat, promise or determination. All these notions are used with second and third persons. So we use shall with second and third persons to show threat, promise and determination. Second person means you and third person means he, she, it and they. If you work honestly, you shall be given an expensive gift. In this sentence, the speaker gives a promise to the listener. If you work honestly, you shall be given an expensive gift. With you, we are using here shall because you is second person, and with second person we use shall to express promise. Next one, anybody found guilty shall be shot dead. Whoever is guilty, he or she shall be shot dead. This is threat. To show threat, we use shall with second and third person, and the person is here anybody, that is third person. He shall come at any cost. At any cost means he shall come whatever happens. This shows determination of the speaker. So to show promise, threat and determination, we use shall modal with second and third persons. Second person means listener, you, and third person means spoken of he, she, it and they. Fourth use, to show administrative obligation. Administrative obligation means the tasks which are supposed to be finished by the governments. For example, the PM shall be elected for 5 years in India. So the post of PM remains for 5 years in India for a candidate, and a person is elected for 5 years in India for the post of Prime Minister. So this is the administrative obligation, though he can or she can leave the post before the term. Next one, the government shall give right to education to each child. So the government is supposed to give right to education to each child. This is also an administrative obligation. Next, to offer service in interrogative sentences with first person. We have seen that shall is used with second and third person, but if we offer service in interrogative sentences, in that condition shall is used with first person. Shall I help you to lift this heavy box? In this sentence, the speaker is trying to help someone lifting the heavy box. So in this sentence we can see that the speaker wants to serve a person. So we use here shall. So to offer service in interrogative sentences with first person we use shall. Remember, we use it in interrogative sentences only. For seeking advice or suggestion in interrogative sentences with first person. In this sentence, we want the listener to give us advice or suggestion about something. For example, shall I try this shirt? Suppose you are in a shop and you are trying some shirts to wear. In that condition, you can ask the listener whether you should try that shirt or not. The meaning of this sentence is that, do you suggest me to try this shirt? So, in this kind of sentences, we use shall I structure and we want some suggestion from the person who is listening to us. Next modal is should. The usage of should. Should is considered the past form of shall to express moral duty. Moral duty means the duty or the task which are considered good in our society, but there is no any relationship with the government or legal approach. For example, one should try to one's best. That is our moral duty. We are supposed to try to do our best. So this is our duty in our society. Next, everyone should help the poor. The poor should be helped because this is our social duty or responsibility. Last, this is very common. We should not hurt our parents' feelings. Some other examples are, we should respect our parents, we should respect our teachers, we should not hurt animals or birds. So all these sentences show that these are our duty to perform such kind of tasks, though we are not obliged to do them. The law does not ask us to do such kind of things, and we are not punished if we do not do these activities. But we are considered good in our society if we do these things. To express advice or suggestion. For example, you should read regularly to get good marks. So this is a simple advice. This is not emphatic advice. To express emphatic advice or suggestion, we use must modal. That will be discussed later. So that is a simple advice. If you want to get good marks, in that condition you are supposed to read regularly. So you should read regularly to get good marks. So that is a simple advice. Next one, we should always think positively. So this is also advised to us that we should always think positively. That is also a simple advice. So we can see that to express advice or suggestion, we use should modal, and to express emphatic advice or suggestion, we use must. Next one, purpose. To show purpose, we use three modals: may, might, and should. May is used in present time, might is used in past time, and should is used with last. And the structures have been discussed by us. Present time or present tense plus so that plus may, past tense plus so that plus might, last plus should. For example, run fast lest you should remain behind. What is the reason of running fast? The reason is not to remain behind. Walk carefully lest you should fall down. हिंदी मीनिंग इज सावधानी से चलो कहीं ऐसा ना हो तुम गिर जाओ. तेजी से दौड़ो कहीं ऐसा ना हो तुम पीछे रह जाओ. एंड लास्ट वन, इन probable or open conditions in the place of if. So instead of if, we can use should in probable or open conditions. For example, should you play well, you will win the match. It means if you play well, you will win this match. We can use should instead of if. So in this sentence, we have removed if and we have placed should instead of if. This is a very simple construction of the sentence. So in probable or open condition, we use should instead of using if. Remaining will be discussed in the next volume.